Okay guys, this is going to be step-by-step how to get your installation done, okay? Step one, you're gonna wanna get a bird's eye view kind of printout of your camper. If you don't, just kind of roughly draw one. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't really matter. Just kind of make it somewhat look like your camper from above or RV from above. Okay, then you're gonna go ahead and label everything like 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's over 96 inches, I would do a part A and part B. And we'll kind of get into the nuances of why we're going to do that later. But if it's over 96 inches, do a part A and part B. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth till you get all the way to the end. Okay. I personally left out the propane section. So this middle area, I left out of all of this measurement. I kind of did that separately, free-handed with the leftover scraps I had. And we'll kind of go into that as well. So step one, get a bird's eye view, label everything. Okay. Step two, take that same exact thing and reprint it or redo it. Okay. You're going to want to just leave that off to the side. It might be useful to you later. But this one right here is going to be step two. And this is going to be to measure. So then you're going to go ahead and measure everything. And when you're measuring, okay, this was my original paper, you're going to want to measure by length. And I wrote height, but if I were you, I would label that as width. Okay, it doesn't really matter, but just label it as width, and we'll go over why later. But you're gonna have two measurements, a length and a width, okay? But in my case, it's gonna be labeled height. So you're gonna wanna get these measurements for each thing that you labeled and corresponding to each bubble here, okay? So you get your measurements. And then what you're gonna do is take those measurements and you're gonna take those to step three, which is cut list optimizer, excuse me. And cut list optimizer is a website you can go to. I'm not gonna teach you or show you how to use it. You just have to figure it out like I did. It's not that hard. But you're basically gonna take all of these measurements and you're gonna put them right into the little Excel sheet that it shows on there, okay? And you'll have you'll label number one, and you'll have your length and your width, okay? And you're gonna put that in a cut list optimizer. You're gonna put all these in, okay? For me, I had at least 17 plus my A and B's for multiple sections. So figure out how many you need, make all your measurements, put that in a cut list optimizer, and then cut list optimizer is gonna spit out all of this, okay? And it's going to tell you exactly how many boards you need minimum based off of all your measurements. And then it's going to show you exactly once you get the boards home. Let's say this is theoretically a board, an insulation board. We'll say it's 48 inches by 96 inches. What you're going to do is you're going to take that board, get it home, plop it down, and you're going to just get to work. You're going to say, okay, this is the first two ones. This one was number 10. And this one was 4B, right? So number 10, okay, and 4B. So you're gonna take that and you're gonna translate that onto this 4x8 piece of insulation here. A good way to do this really quickly, okay, is to not measure this stuff, but measure the parts you're cutting off. So for example, if I'm taking my tape measure, I'm just gonna measure the 7 inches, right? So it doesn't take very long to measure 7 inches. So I'll put the tape measure to 7, I'll mark it there. And then I'm gonna grab this other measurement, which is 10. So then I'll take my tape measure to 10. So then I'll have a 10, 7, and a 10 here, and a 7 there. And then I'll just take my chalk line and go boom, boom. And then I'll just figure out this last measurement here, which is 29 plus 7. So you can really just add 29 onto this, 29 over, and then just do the same thing over here, chalk line, and you can basically just cut this out really easily, okay? So then once you cut them out, make sure you label them. So you're gonna write, 4B and 10, cut them out, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna make a stack of all your insulation, right? So once you've gone through all this, and it just gets you really organized while you're going through your workflow of cutting these. Once you've gone through all that, you have a stack of the boards. Then we're gonna go on to the next phase. Okay, so hang tight for that. Okay, whenever everything is set off to the side, you have everything cut, you're gonna wanna test fit it around your camper. I'll put some photos of what that looks like on my camper when I was doing my project here. And once everything's test fit, right, and you know it's looking good, then we can go on to the next phase, which this is kind of what my boards look like when I bought them. I got them used. I was checking on Facebook Marketplace and someone had some used boards. Not all of them were in perfect condition. A few of them had just a little bit of, we'll call it like surface mold on them, just a little bit. But when I got them home, I set them outside and I sanded them all off, sanded them down real nice. And I set them inside, let them dry out really good. And when I got my Cutlass Optimizer page home, I just cut everything up real good. So this is some scrap that I have left over just as an example. But definitely do your shopping because it can be expensive to find these insulation boards. So whatever board you do go with, right guys, if you want to make it look classy, because this looks ghetto, right? If I just tape that up there with silver tape, this is just going to look really ghetto and really unpleasant, kind of like trailer trash type deal, you know. Anyway, so the way to kind of avoid that is duct tape, okay? And then the second way to avoid the other silver tape is to get the foil tape in black. You might have to order this online, but I ordered a 2-inch roll and I also got some 4-inch rolls too, and we're gonna install that today. But the insulation board itself, you can actually wrap in duct tape, okay? And this will actually make it look, color it black, which will make it aesthetically match my camper. And it's actually going to kind of give it another weather seal. And I encompassed all my boards 360 degrees with this. You kind of pretty much just do the edge first, you know, fold your edges over, and then wrap it, you know, wrap the whole piece with this is a 12-inch wide roll of duct tape. They're pretty sweet. I had to use about 5 of these for all 12, or we'll call it all about 500 front and back square feet of my boards, roughly. But anyway, that is a really good alternative way to kind of make your boards look really good and kind of give them a weatherproofing seal over it. I'll leave links to all in the description of where to find all this stuff, okay? But anyway, that's how you're gonna actually go about taking the thought process in your head of getting the insulation done to actually getting it done, okay? So I hope this is helpful. You guys, safe camping out there, get everything done for the winter, and let me know if you have any questions. Peace out. Okay, just a couple quick notes. This is what the insulation board I use look like. Again, it's about 2.5 inches. Easiest way to cut these boards I found, and I'm not gonna do this very pretty, especially with one-handed, was with a knife about just like this. Let me let this focus. In a way where you can adjust it out, you know, past the length of, or the width of your board, excuse me. And then you wanna start, when you start cutting it, kind of start it in that region, you know, and I'm gonna score this, then I'll bring it back up. Okay, so you're gonna score one line in it, right? And you can kind of just extend this out, score it again, extend it out. I bet
you're getting nice. It's not pretty high mileage. I've used it for
a lot of cuts. I'm almost there. You don't even have to go that much. You can kind of bring it to an edge too and just kind of snap it like that. If your insulation kind of has like an outer layer like this one does, where there's like a film on it, you might have to kind of prop it up and cut that film nicely. And that's the easiest way to cut it in my experience without making too much of a mess. You can see I made a little bit, so definitely anticipate to make a little bit of a mess, but that in my experience is probably one of the better ways to make your main cuts for everything, okay? Another note here too is this is the, I pulled one out of the ground for you. This is what that ground spike looks like. It's holding in the boards. So if your board is going up against the camper, you're gonna have one spike in the front and 2 spikes in the back, like one here and one there, preferably on the outer ends. So that way, if you were to kick the board from here, the spikes will keep it from going backwards, kind of similar to, I'll mimic these tape rolls, you know, that'll keep it from going back. And then if you have one in the front, that'll just kind of help keep it from falling forward until you can get everything taped up. And the spikes just being there all winter will help, I think, keep that really solid. So, and heck, in the summertime, now you got a bunch of spikes. I ordered about 48 of them. They came in a pack of 24 on Amazon. I'll leave links to that again in the description.